So I am here to yap. Yeah, and you're here to listen. So I'm gonna try to make my point in under 5 minutes. Let's see. So basically, what I want to say is my opinions. If you are watching this, I implore you to think critically and think with your mind and not with your heart, and don't take offense to what I'm about to say, because these are all opinions. But this video is basically going to be a brain vomit. Like, I don't even know what to call it. Just me putting my brain out on this video. A whole bunch of random thoughts, not organized. So hopefully you can keep up if you feel like it. I don't know. But basically, um, people who grew up without money or with little money, aka poor people, are way more creative and stylish than people who grew up with money, aka rich people. Um, I've had this opinion honestly my whole life. Like, I grew up in New York. I grew up in New York. Like, my hair is annoying me. I'll leave it like that, I guess. But I grew up in New York. I am from a very impoverished. I am from a very poor neighborhood. I currently still live in that neighborhood. A lot of people don't even know what this neighborhood is. If you are not from New York, you have never heard of the neighborhood I live in. But yeah, I live in East New York, Brooklyn. If you know, you know. I'm not even gonna explain further. But I grew up here. I'm literally like third generation family, like third generation here. Like, my great grandmother lived here, my grandmother lived here, my mother lived here. Like, honestly, what is it, fourth at this point? But whatever, that's besides the point. But I grew up very creative, and I grew up around a lot of creative people in my family. Um, we didn't have the means, aka the money, to get things done. We didn't have the resources and the support from our community, or like anything. Like, my family is very uneducated, and only a handful of them really had jobs. A lot of them have been addicted to drugs at one point, and through all of that, the creativity just never failed. Like, I would hear stories about my grandma would make like a meal for 18 people with ingredients that called for the ingredients that said it's only enough for four. You know, you're like making a stretch, using that creativeness in your body to get things done, basically. Um, and for me, I definitely grew up like that. My mom is a single mom of three at the time we were being raised, and she was a single mom. She didn't have money. Like, she had three kids to take care of, two girls, one boy. It's a lot of money. And we couldn't always get like the things that we wanted. My mom did her best to give us greatness and to like keep us clothed and clean and stuff, and she did a really good job at that. And me growing up, just knowing that like there's just certain things that I know I can't ask for. When you grow up poor, like, you just know, like, don't even dare ask for that. Like, are you dumb? Don't dare. Why would you do that? So I just knew not to ask for certain things, even though I would literally dream about certain items. Like, for example, I made myself this, like, do you guys remember when in like 2012 maybe, like, the head chains was really popular? I wanted one so bad. But I knew better than to ask my mom for it. And maybe if I had asked her, maybe she would have took me to Rainbows to find one for like $5. But like, I just didn't want to do that. So I literally made it myself. I went through old jewelry that hasn't been worn in forever. I went through my mom's jewelry too. And I literally just made it. I'll see if I could insert a picture, maybe. But that's just one example of the things that I did creatively because I didn't have money. And because I didn't have money and I also grew up fat, the resources for clothes were like zero to none. So like I had to get clothes like wherever I can. Like I remember there's a dollar store near my house. Literally, it's still there to this day. Um, and if you're from New York or if you've ever been to New York, you know our dollar stores are literally way more than a dollar, and they're more like discount stores. So they'll have like a plethora of things. They'll have like toilet tissue to school supplies to cooking utensils to clothes to glasses to hair products. Like literally, that's just what it is out here. Um, and I remember this. I keep saying I remember this dollar store had a rack of clothes right next to the register, and me and my sister looked for it one day, and we literally picked out this button up. Like I picked out a button up. It was black and had like off white polka dots. And she got this. She got her own shirt. I forgot. Honestly, I can't remember what it was. Actually, maybe we only got one shirt and we shared it because we would do that a lot too. But the shirt literally cost $1. Shocker. One of my favorite shirts ever. Literally, at the time, like I can imagine it in my head right now, but I would get compliments on it all the time. And at the time, I was ashamed of letting people know that I got this at the dollar store for $1. But looking back at me being at this big age, girl, I would yell that from the rooftops with the most pride and joy, because finding good items for a discounted price is a great fucking feeling, because capitalism sucks. But yeah, these are like just little stories that went into like creating who I am and my style. And I remember like in 8th grade, not to brag or whatever, but I was named best dress in my graduating class. And then same thing happened in high school in about like 10th grade. It was just like, it wasn't for the class, it was for the whole school, but my school was really small. So yeah, just making things work with what you have. Like people that grew up impoverished, like they know how to make nothing out of something, and it's going to be so unique, it's going to be so different, and then guess what, it's going to be authentic. And I think that's what really draws people in and gets people really talking, or gets people really inspired, is the authenticity behind it. Rich people or people that grew up with money, people that have money, they always had money to get what they wanted. And a lot of those things were just, when you have no personal style, when you didn't work towards anything, like, not saying that the rich people didn't work towards their money, because obviously they did, but like, let's say like a kid, like the kid isn't working towards the money, but their parents gives it to them, and it equates in them just buying whatever they want and not thinking about their personal style and their personality and how they can make it their own. And they just end up looking like a mannequin in a store window promoting the latest drop of clothes that just happened, you know? And honestly, no shade, but being in this industry as a grown adult around a whole bunch of like implants that come from money, because like, believe it or not, like, I know this may be an unpopular opinion, this may be a little taboo, I don't know if that's the right word, but a lot of people that like moved to New York City from their like other state, like, or other country, like they have money. They have more money than the native New Yorker. Like, New York is so fucking expensive that even the sheer fact that you can move here and like you're choosing to be here, you're choosing to spend more money, you kind of, you know, I don't think I have to say anymore for y'all to understand me, but yeah, because I hear so many non-New Yorkers complaining about how expensive New York is, and it's just like, well, fuck off then. Like, maybe if you left, it would be more affordable for the New Yorkers who literally, statistically, get paid way less than outside hires in other states. So, the moral of the story is growing up poor builds character, it builds creativity. I'll even go as far as to say that growing up poor makes you a better person. But who am I to say that? Who am I, you know? But yeah, like growing up without resources literally makes you way more creative than the average. And I know the feeling of feeling like you were just born into such a disadvantage. Like, oh my gosh, like growing up poor, like getting out of poorness is hard. Getting out of poverty is hard. And it can sometimes build resentment. I know for sure for me, like I low-key resent the life that I grew up in, but when I think about like how it's built me as a woman, it makes it like all better, because I just feel like, wow, like if I hadn't grown up with that, would I be the amazing person that I am today? And I'm not even talking from a sense of style or a sense of work ethic. I mean literally just I'm a good fucking person. And no one could ever take that away from me. I could be in the worst outfit ever. I could be the worst dress in the room, but guess what? I know my heart is pure, and I know that I care about people and I care about things. And yeah, if you even made it this far, if I even upload this video, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening to me, and comment down below what you feel about the situation. Give me for instance, a story time, whatever you feel like it. I actually have to go now because I have a job interview for a job that I am overqualified for, and I will be underpaid for, because that is New York City living. I hope you guys have a good one. Bye.